Welcome to History Decoded. Today we're exploring the Battle of Manila Bay in 1898, a clash that marked the rise of the United States as a Pacific power and the decline of the Spanish Empire. Let's dive into the events, significance, and far-reaching effects of this battle. It was April 1898, and tensions were at a breaking point between the United States and Spain. The American public, inflamed by news of Cuba's independence struggle against Spanish rule, was outraged by the mysterious explosion of the U.S.S. Maine in Havana Harbor. Though the cause was unclear, blame was cast on Spain, and the rallying cry, "Remember the Maine," swept through the United States, leading to a declaration of war. Though Cuba was the focus, U.S. strategic interests quickly expanded to the Philippines, a Spanish-controlled archipelago in the Pacific with growing independence movements. The U.S. Navy saw an opportunity. Control of the Philippines could provide a foothold in the Pacific and a new trade route to Asia. Stationed in Hong Kong, Commodore George Dewey and the Asiatic Squadron were ordered to engage the Spanish fleet if war broke out. War was declared on April 25, 1898, and Dewey set course for Manila Bay. In Manila, Spanish Admiral Patricio Montojo commanded an outdated fleet with few resources. Montojo knew the Americans were coming, but his options were limited. Manila Bay was Spain's last Pacific stronghold, but defending it with old wooden ships against Dewey's modern steel fleet was a near impossible task. Montojo anchored his fleet near Cavite, hoping the shallow waters would deter Dewey's forces, though he knew the odds were against him. Before dawn, on May 1, 1898, Dewey's squadron approached Manila Bay. At 5:40 a.m., as the Spanish fleet came into view, Dewey gave his famous command, "You may fire when ready, Gridley." The battle had begun. The Americans opened fire, and their advanced long-range guns devastated the Spanish ships. In contrast, the Spanish ships, short on ammunition and poorly armed, struggled to mount an effective defense. Dewey's line of ships maneuvered skillfully, bombarding the Spanish with relentless precision. Within hours, Spanish losses were heavy. Most of their ships were ablaze or sinking, with countless casualties and damage mounting. By 11 a.m., it was clear the Spanish fleet had been neutralized. Dewey's forces had won decisively, without a single American casualty. The victory at Manila Bay was stunning. For the Spanish, it was the end of an empire. Their once dominant position in the Pacific was shattered, and with it went their control over the Philippines. For the United States, it was the beginning of a new chapter as a global power. Dewey was celebrated back home, awarded the title of Admiral of the Navy, and praised as a hero who demonstrated American naval might and strategy. But the battle's significance didn't end with the Spanish defeat. As the U.S. took control of the Philippines, Filipino leaders, who had been fighting for independence from Spain, believed they would achieve freedom at last. Instead, they found themselves under new rule. Emilio Aguinaldo, a leader of the Filipino independence movement, initially allied with American forces, but hopes for independence soon faded as it became clear the U.S. intended to retain control. The Filipino people, eager for autonomy, found themselves in conflict with their new rulers, leading to the Philippine-American War, a brutal and costly conflict that would last for years. The Battle of Manila Bay symbolized the United States' arrival on the world stage, a shift from a relatively isolated nation to an imperial power with territories extending from the Caribbean to the Pacific. It also marked the start of a significant U.S. presence in Asia, reshaping global politics and paving the way for future involvement in the region. Today, the Battle of Manila Bay is remembered as a turning point, one that not only transformed the lives of Filipinos, but also set a precedent for American expansion and influence overseas. Dewey's words, "You may fire when ready," echo in history as a testament to bold leadership and the complex legacies of war. Thanks for joining us on History Decoded. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that change the world. Until next time.